Hey everybody, this is Captain Muniz with Nomad Fishing. Today I'm bringing you the fishing report. It's the 7th of June of 2024. Today is Friday, and before I get on to the fishing report, I wanted to talk to you about what's going on with the weather and sea conditions. It's been pretty calm all week, but we are getting into that summer mode where we get the afternoon showers and thunderstorms. So you may want to plan your trip really early. We're getting our sunrise right around 6 a.m. So you could actually leave the dock very early and get in a bunch of hours of fishing before the storms move in. The storms usually move in around 2 or 3 o'clock. So you may want to start your trips really early or wait until very late in the day after they roll through and things clear up. So just a little thing there to make your trip more enjoyable. As far as the bait goes, bait's been pretty tough. With all the calm weather, the water's been real clear. We had gin clear water a couple days ago. We were out and we were struggling to catch the right baits. We did manage to net a bunch of ballyhoo, and we got some top tape, some cigars, just a little bit of everything. But the bait's been tough. There have been some pilchards showing up this morning right on one of the bridges here in Key Biscayne. Captain Art was out with our morning charter, and he netted a bunch of small pilchards. They were a little small for our net. We use a 3/8 inch mesh, and they were getting gilled. You'd have to go down to like a 1/4 inch to be able to catch those. Those small baits, even though they're not the best put on your hook, they are good for chummers. Mahi respond really well to them, and so do the blackfin tunas, and both have been around. Going back offshore, the mahi fishing has been pretty good. A lot of small fish, but if you put in your time, you can find, you can pick through them and catch some keepers. This week we've been finding them from about 400 feet out to about 1,100. There are a lot of fish, and you have to work your way through them. There are some larger ones mixed in. One of my buddies had a 47-pounder earlier this week, big bull, which is probably the nicest fish I've seen caught out of here all this year. So there are a few out there, and I've also seen a bunch of 10, 15-pounders caught also. We did see some small triple tails too on the floating debris, which makes me want to recommend that when you go out, if you're looking for mahi, make sure to have a jigging rod with you when you see that floating debris. Don't be afraid to drop a jig down if you don't see any fish, because a lot of times there'll be wahoo down there. Drop it down 100, 200 feet and work it up. You'd be surprised what you'll catch. But moving on with the fishing, like I said, the mahi fishing has been pretty good. The bait's been tough, but they're eating everything from the live ballyhoo to cigar minnows. Pretty much anything you throw them in. If you have pilchards, they'll eat the pilchards. Moving in a little bit, the blackfin tuna are still around. There's not big numbers, but if you put in the work, you can catch 1, 2, 3 on any given day. The key is to bring your leaders down to about 30-pound fluoro, small hooks, and fish out in that 130 to 160 range, 180. It varies day to day. Wherever you find that nice color change, that's where you want to fish if you find it, or current eddies, things of that nature. Sometimes you want to fish around structure, underwater mounts, wrecks, anything like that will hold blackfins. If you don't have any of those techniques that you can do, maybe you don't have the bait or you don't have the jigs, you could also troll small feathers for them or troll with the planers. You'll get them that way as well. If bottom fishing is your game, there's a lot of yellowtail around right now, anywhere from 50 foot out to like about 80, 90 foot, depending on the current. On the heavy current days, you want to fish a little shallower. On the light current days, you want to move out a little deeper. Typically, when you fish deeper, you'll catch larger fish. You won't catch as many. When you fish shallower, you tend to catch more of them. They tend to be a little smaller. So it's kind of a trade-off. There's still a few black grouper around, and the muttons are starting to move into our area. Excuse me. There's also been a good amount of muttons, both in Miami and down south. There seems to be more as you go further south. I've seen some really nice catches from Key Largo all the way south to Key West. In Miami, it's been hit or miss. If you put in the time, you could usually catch anywhere from 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 muttons on any given day. It's all about how hard you want to work for them. Well, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave it in the comment section below. And we'll see you next week. Until next time, my name is Captain Muniz with Nomad Fishing.